Hi everyone, it's AlluringSimmer here, and we are back with another video. Today we are going to be talking about the clubs feature in The Sims 4 and like different ways that you can use a clubs feature for more than it's just like basic intended purpose. Um, I will go over the original intention for the clubs from Get Together, which was simply to make group gatherings for your Sims and they can have like certain hobbies. I had Mia right now just join the Garden Gnomes to kind of use as our example today. So Moira is the leader of the Garden Gnomes. You can also create your own club and you can be in up to 3 clubs at a time. So if you click here, it'll say join or create club. So these are all the clubs that I can join. Some you need to apply for an invite and you may need to like have a better friendship with like the leader and get to know them a bit better. This one I'm not qualified. I don't have the one qualification required, which is DJ mixing level 2 as well as dancing skill level 2. You can also create a club. So if I go here, this is going to show me how to create a club. You enter your name, description. You could say if it's open invitation or invite only. I think that's pretty self-explanatory. You can select a club hangout, so where you want your Sims to hang out every time you start a gathering. Although when you start one, even if you have a hangout, it'll prompt you to choose between whether you want to gather at the club hangout or if you just want to gather wherever your Sim is currently at. You can also add an icon for your club, set the requirements, and there's a few different categories. So you can set it by celebrity level, skill level, trait, financial status, marital status, career, and age. And you can have up to 5 different requirements. And then you can set your activities, so things that your Sims are able to do or will do automatically as long as they're in the gathering. So you could make a knitting club, you could make a dance club, you could make a guitar club, you could make a club to do homework, you can make a club to play soccer. There's like so many different options based on what your Sim is into. And then you can also select activities that are banned. So for example, maybe you want to have a club for Sims that don't like to party or drink or do anything like that. Maybe they just like to hang out and do yoga and go to the spa. So you could have them do yoga, go to the spa as their activities that they are allowed to do. And then for banned activities, you would say mix bar drinks or drink bar drinks. They're not going to do that. They're also not going to use the bubble blower. I'm not sure where that option is under, but I know it's somewhere in here. So like you could turn those into banned activities. So then if they do that, they'll get kicked out. They won't automatically do it though. And then I should also go over there are club perks. So if you're not like too familiar with the club system, I feel like it's important to explain it before I tell you like the different ways you can use it. But there's quite a few different perks to creating a club that you can select. One of the first things that I want to mention as like a good reason to create a club is to increase skills faster. So if your Sim is in a club gathering and you give them the bonus for mixology, whenever your Sim is doing mixology while in a club gathering, they will go much faster than they would if they were doing it on their own. You can do that for any of these skills here. So there's one for fishing, there's one for fitness. So you can make like a club for like a bunch of gym buddies and just have it so that they can earn their fitness faster. This is also really good if you have a Sim who's in a specific career and there's a certain skill that they need to learn for that career. For example, if your Sim is in, well, I guess we could also use the athletic career. So if your Sim is in the athletic career, they need to know the fitness skill. I also think they need to know the charisma skill. So you could have both of those be boosted while you're in a club gathering, and that way your Sim can earn those skills faster and be able to get promoted faster. Another benefit is you can create like a homework club. So if your Sim is taking a while to do their homework, there is also a lot trait that like makes it so that your Sims do homework faster. So if you have that lot trait plus the homework boost and they're in a club gathering, like they should be getting their homework done pretty quickly. I haven't tested it with both to see if that's like that much more of a benefit, but at least I know for sure with this boost, your Sims will be doing it a lot faster. Another thing that's very useful is if you want to set a certain type of mood for your Sims, maybe you want to have two Sims get into a relationship much faster and it's not going at the rate that you would like, I would definitely recommend to use the club vibes in order to create the mood that you want. And the second benefit that I wanted to share about clubs is that you can use this to make relationships faster, or to, I guess, just like have your Sims increase the relationship, either romantic or friendly relationship, faster. For example, if you have two Sims that you want to get together, but maybe the flirty vibe is never there, you like have them watch romantic TV and maybe your Sim's getting flirty, but the other Sim's not really getting into a flirty mood, you can use the club vibe, put your two Sims into a club, create your own, and then give them the flirty club vibe. So every time they gather together, they'll be in a flirty mood, which will make it easier to perform romantic interactions. If you want to get two Sims to become friends, it doesn't have to just be two Sims. You can have up to six, I think, automatically, 5 or 6. And then you could purchase the other 3 with club points, which I'll explain in a second. Club points are actually how you get all of these perks. You kind of earn them as your Sims are gathering. You like gradually will earn more and more points. Especially if you do like the activities that are like good activities for your club. It'll gain you points a bit faster. But if you want to get a bunch of Sims to become like good friends, you could give them the strong camaraderie moodlets, and this gives them a happy buff every time they're in a club gathering, which is good for increasing friendship levels. Now I'm going to go over the like different categories of the club perks. We already went over like the mood boost and the skill boost, which are really useful for like, you know, helping your Sim level up faster in certain skills or level up in relationships faster. Now we have this one that's called club management. So there's one to rally the troops. This one unlocks an interaction to keep your club partying all night long. So I think it just makes it so that they're more energized, they're able to party longer. And this one makes it so that your Sims get a performance gain, or it increases their performance gain when they're at work if their Sim is part of this club. So if you have a Sim that's trying to get promoted, this one's really useful to increase their chances of getting a promotion. There's a few clothing items that your Sims can unlock, and there's also some decor items that your Sims can use, especially if you want to create like a hideout for your Sim. So there is a club pennant, there is a club door. This door is really nice because only Sims that are part of your club can enter through this door, so it's a good way to like lock out any Sim that's not part of your club. There's a club banner, the club flag, and then the club rug, and pretty much whatever icon you choose for your club is the icon that will appear on the door, on the rug, on all of these items connected to your club. There's also items that your Sims can wear. So there's a trucker hat, there's 2 kinds of jackets, a leather and a track jacket, and then there's a bracelet, which is really cute. It's like a little friendship bracelet. There's also a club seal that you can put on your hangout or house. Okay, so there's also social bonuses that your Sims can get. So this again is helpful for like building relationships faster, or if you're trying to do a certain skill. For example, if you want your Sims to be mean more, or to perform more effective mean socials, so let's say you want the relationship to go down, you can use the mean bonus, and that will make it so that it's increased chance of successful mean socials while they're in the gathering. There's one for it, maybe if you want to build your mischief skill and like your mischief interactions are not popping off the way you would like, you can use the mischief bonus. There's also one for romance, which is good for romantic relationships. If you want to create a club of like maybe 2 Sims that you want to get together, this is really good to use. And you can also use the friendly bonus for Sims that you want to become friends. Club size, this one's pretty self-explanatory. This is how you increase the size of your club. So I guess you do normally start with 6, and then you can increase it to 7 and then 8. There's also a club handshake. This one doesn't really like do anything like much, except allows your Sims to do a handshake. And then this one kind of sets the status of your club. So by default, you are an obscure club. No one really has like any thoughts on your club members or on you. But if you choose the popular club, then when people see you, they'll react to your Sims. They'll also start with higher relationships when they first meet people. So this is helpful again to build friendships. There's also the mean club or infamous club. So your Sims will have a lower relationship with Sims when they meet them, and Sims will react poorly. Like they'll be kind of afraid of your club. So those are just a few ways to use the club features from Get Together. There is one last feature that I would like to share, and that is specifically if you want to invite a Sim over, but it is too late in the day. For example, I'm going to try to invite Moira over. It is probably going to tell me that she's sleeping because it is 12:40 a.m. Let's see. Okay, so this Moira is sleeping. We can't invite her to hang out over the phone. This is kind of like my little life hack. I've been doing this forever. Whenever I need a Sim to come over, but they don't want to come over because it's too late, and create a club. So I would do it with the one Sim that I want. So I would just be like, okay, Moira, we're inviting you to the club because I want to invite her over. And sometimes I'll just put a random name in it just so you can like create the club. So you could just put, I don't know, friend. Okay. And then we're going to put a little diamond. It honestly doesn't matter. We're going to do invite only. So random Sims don't join the club. I'm not going to put any requirements or anything like that because this is not a real club. This is just for the purpose of inviting her over. So you can always just delete the club right after. So now we have a club called Friend, and I want Moira to come over. So I'm just going to start a gathering. And now it says club members have been notified they are on their way. If we go over here, you can see Moira is standing outside. Obviously, I don't have a door to this room right now, so she can't come in. But this is just a helpful tool. So maybe if you want to invite a Sim over, but they're not coming over because it's too late in the day, put them into a club. And then now that she's here, I can also do this where I could just end the gathering, and she's going to try and leave. This is another thing that I use with like the groups part that came with Get Together. So you can also form groups and add to groups. This was a feature that kind of works in relation to clubs. So if I add her to my group, she is most likely not going to leave unless I ask her to leave. So sometimes if a Sim is about to walk off of the lot and I need them to stay, I will add them to a group. Sometimes they'll walk off the lot and then just reappear. It doesn't always work, but I would say like 90% of the time it does work to keep your Sims where you need them to be. So now with this club, I can delete it because I don't really need it anymore. But she's still going to stay here because we're in a group gathering. So I'm actually going to go teleport over here just to also show you. This is kind of related to groups/clubs. But now because we're in a group together, we can walk to certain places together. If I had a television in here, we could watch TV together. Like any activity that you can do with like multiple people, you can use the groups feature to kind of make them do it all together. I will make a separate video at some point about the reason why you should use the groups feature as well as the clubs feature. But let me know in the comments down below, what is your best or what is your favorite benefit to using the clubs feature and from Get Together, and let me know if you think Get Together is worth it alone just for the fact that it has a clubs feature. Because for me, I feel like I don't use Get Together like items as often as I could. I don't visit Windenburg as often as I could, but I think I would buy the expansion pack just for this feature alone because I use it so often. It's just like a core part of the game, to the point where I feel like the groups feature and the club feature should have just been like a base game feature. I don't think it should have came with Get Together. But yeah, just let me know your comments down below. What do you guys think of club/groups in Get Together? And if you guys would like to see me do a video on different ways that you can use groups in order to like improve your gameplay. Thank you again so much for watching, and I'll see you all in the next video. Bye everyone.